Hello students, you are again welcome in the new lecture of biology. So children, today we are going to start a new chapter and I am going to give you an introduction related to the chapter, that is reproductive health. So let us talk about what do you mean by reproductive health. See children, that whatever the reproductive health is there, it is the complete well-being or wellness of the reproductive organs. Okay, the complete well-being or wellness of the reproductive organs, when the functionality of the reproductive organs is good and which makes the people to have a healthy family. Okay, so when the reproductive organs are going to be good in health, then the healthy family will be also there with the healthy babies, and the healthy family will contribute to the happier society and community. Okay, the healthy family will contribute to the happy people, happy society. So this is the meaning of reproductive health. So again, let us repeat: the complete well-being or wellness of the reproductive organs, so that people have a healthy family with healthy babies contributing to happier society and community. So it is clear to you? Okay, let us talk about the next, what it is containing, that need for reproductive health. Why we need a reproductive health? What are the problems and strategies related to the reproductive health? You see that India started its family planning program in the year 1951, and since then the government of India is working a lot for the people so as to maintain their reproductive health. And every 10 year every 10 year, whatever the reproductive health is there of the people of India, the family planning program is being assessed. Means the assessment, the cross checking of this family planning program is done per 10 year to check whether that this program is performing well or not. Okay children, so the family planning program in India is also referred to be as a reproductive and child health care program, that is RCH. What is RCH? Reproductive and child health care. Okay, so India's family planning program is also referred to be as RCH, that is reproductive and child health care program. Hope it is clear. Next, let us talk about the objectives of RCH. Objectives of RCH. You know very well that reproductive and child health care program, reproductive and child health care, the objectives of RCH, the reproductive child health care, awareing the people about their reproductive health. See, in India, many people, almost 30% people are illiterate and they don't know about their health. So even they don't know about their reproductive health. There is no hygiene related to that. There is no health consciousness about that. What is their reproductive health? How they will be living? So these people, the uneducated, the illiterate, or even the people who don't have an idea and clue about reproductive health, they should be made aware. Who will be making aware? The medical societies, the medical healthcare societies implemented by the government or various non-government organizations, they should be making these people aware. Okay, then awareing the people about the family planning. People in India or in the Asian countries, they have very less family planning methods, so they should be made aware of it. They should be made aware of these family planning issues. Then in the schools, whatever the schools are there, in the schools, the adolescence and the related issues can be explained to the growing children. Means the growing children should be given the sex education so as they should be aware of RCH, reproductive child and healthcare issues. They should be knowing. As children in India, they have very less ideas related to that, and most of the time people they escape talking all these things. So they should be made aware of these things. They should be made aware of adolescence, puberty, and the related issues. Hope it is clear. Now let us talk about some techniques and their misuses in India or the related other countries. See here, let us talk about the amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is a technique. It is a technique in which a needle is inserted into the amniotic fluid. Okay, within the amniotic layer, the needle is inserted, and in this needle some of the amniotic fluid is taken. What is the purpose of taking the amniotic fluid within this needle, within this device? So as to check the genetic abnormalities, the problems based upon chromosomes in a child. Okay, so you are getting a hint related to that if amniocentesis is a technique which is used to study the chromosomes of a fetus or a child, then by the help of chromosomes, the gender also the people can identify. Gender can be also identified. Okay, so this is a very wrong concept. This is a very bad use of this technique. Means this kind of the misuse should not be there. Like in want of a male child, many families they go for this amniocentesis technique and they determine the gender of the child. They determine the gender of the fetus, which is a criminal offense. Determining the gender of a fetus by amniocentesis is a criminal offense, and the person can be sent to jail also with a penalty, as well as the jail can be there for the person who is implementing these techniques. The hospital, the doctor, even the parents which are involved in this, family members which are involved in this. So in India, the government has put a statutory ban. It's a warning. It's a statutory ban on such practice. Such practice should not be there. So amniocentesis is just a technique, but using this technique in a improper way, using or making misuse of this amniocentesis technique is a criminal offense. It's a criminal activity. So it should not be there. A person can be sent to the jail also. Now let us talk about the improper sex ratio in India. See here in India, almost for 1000 males, there are 900 females. So almost 900 females. This ratio is very, very improper. This ratio is very, very improper. In a population of an area, number of females to males should be equal. The number of males and females should be equal. But the feticide and infanticide, killing of the fetus, a girl fetus, or killing of a girl child is making this ratio abnormal. This ratio, which should be like this. Suppose 1000 males are there, so 1000 females should be there. But this ratio is getting abnormal. This ratio is getting abnormal, which is not good for the society. So let us discuss some of the terms. Female feticide means aborting a female child within the mother's womb. Means when the female is still in the mother's womb, in the mother's uterus, then by amniocentesis the gender is known and then the child is killed within the mother's womb, which is a very, very bad practice. It's a curse to our society. Then female infanticide, you know that when the child has taken birth, especially in the poor families where the people are in a want of a male child, boy child, there what people do, in want of a male child, they kill a female child after the birth. If they get to know that yes, now the child which has born is a female, in want of a male child, they are waiting, but when they see there is a girl child, they kill that girl child. It's a very, very bad practice. It's a criminal offense. It's female infanticide. Hope it is clear. Now children, to avoid this female feticide and infanticides, various acts, various regulations have been implemented in India. Okay, in Indian constitution, lot of amendments and lot of, what you can say, laws, rules and regulations have been made, and such a law, rule, regulation is PCP NDT Act. PCP NDT Act means Preconception Prenatal Diagnostic Technique Act. Preconception Prenatal Diagnostic Technique Act. What does it say? That in the 1994, in the year 1994, this act was passed, and according to this act, prenatal sex determination is an offensive crime. Determining the sex of a child by amniocentesis and then aborting it, means killing it within the mother's womb, is a criminal offense. Okay, this act is a must act for most of the countries. This kind of act should be there so as to stop this kind of the practice of feticide and infanticide. And this act prevents abortions based upon prenatal sex determination. Okay, so this act provides a kind of a prosecution, means a kind of a fine as well as a kind of imprisonment to the criminals who are involved in such and such activity. So you can regard people who are involved in such and such activity, feticide and infanticide, by the prenatal and preconception techniques, they are the criminals. They should be sent to the jail. Now, abortion of a girl child and prenatal sex determination, both are criminal offenses we have talked about. Now, sometimes what happens, the females are not getting a quality environment. They are not getting equivalency. They are not regarded equivalent as the males. You know that India is a male dominating country. So here the females are always regarded as low. Some people are there, they regard females as low. They get offended, they get sexually harassed at the workplaces sometimes. And to prevent and prohibit and to redress these kind of the bad practices, some acts have been made, like Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act has been made to avoid the harassment of a child, to avoid some harassment to a child, that can be a male or a female both. POCSO Act has been implemented. Prevention of child from sexual offenses has been implemented by the government. So these kind of the acts have been implemented by the government so as to stop these kind of the bad practices which are related to indiscrimination and harassment on the way with the females as well as the girl or any kind of a child. Now let us discuss about the population explosion. You know that China is the most populated country in all over the world. It is a very populated country. Lot of population lives over here. But due to advancements, due to new medical facilities and techniques in India also, now the infant mortality rate has decreased. Now infant mortality rate means number of children dying during the birth. Children dying during the birth. Okay, number of children dying during the birth has decreased. Now medical facilities has increased, so infant mortality rate has decreased. And due to that, we Indians are going to reach 1.26 billion population. We are reaching 1.26 billion population. Okay, and by 2022 we are regarded to be most populous country, and we will supersede China as per the United Nations reports. As per the United Nations report, we will supersede China. We will cross China. We will become more populated as compared to China by the year 2022. So children, this is not a good thing. Growing in population is not a good thing. So people should be educated. They should be educated and they should be aware. People should be made aware to tackle, to cope up, to solve the population issues, to solve the issues, to solve the problems related to the population. What problems? The population growth increases. See, when the population growth increases, we get lot of problems. We get pressure on resources. We get pressure on resources. We get pressure on employment. People, they get unemployed. People get lot of problems. People should be motivated to have small families by using contraceptive methods. Means contraceptive means birth control methods should be applied by the people, and they should be motivated to have small families. Then only we can control the population explosion. Hope it is clear. Now, birth control and contraceptive methods. This time, children, we will be discussing few of the methods, but in detail we will be discussing all these things in the next unit, which we will be discussing afterwards. So today we are going to discuss that preventing fertilization and implantation. Preventing the fertilization means the fusion of the male and female gametes, fusion of the egg cell and the fusion of the sperm cell. If it is prevented, then the birth control method is said to be succeeded. Hope are you understanding? So children, what does it mean? That whatever the so children, let us discuss it, that whatever the birth control methods are there, it directly involves prevention of fertilization and implantation. An ideal contraceptive, an ideal birth control method should be easy. It should be user friendly. It should not create a problem to any person. It should be economic. It should not be very much, what you can say, high in cost. It should be easily available in that area. Within that reach of the person, it should be available. And the least amount of side effects should be there. Least side effects should be there. It should not be very much problematic for the person. Otherwise, people will get fear from it. And various contraceptive methods can be there, which can be for the long term, that is permanent, or some contraceptive methods for a short term, that is temporary, can be applied. Here you can see in this image, lot of birth control methods are there. So we'll be discussing all these birth control methods in the coming section. So meanwhile, take care children. Have a nice day. Thank you.